I'm in my 30s. I started ballet in January 2025, and now I'm dancing on Pointe. If you know anything about ballet, you know that Pointe is the goal, the dream, the Barbie movie vision. And I, a grown adult who discovered ballet 15 months ago, apparently decided that also applied to me. This video is about my 6-month Pointe journey, and I'm going to Quenser? Jesus Christ. And I'm going to answer the question that I get asked the most. Can you actually learn Pointe after 30? Or just later in life? Little spoiler, yes. But oh, the journey. Hi, it's Deniz and welcome to my current Hyperfocus. As you might or might not know, ballet has been my obsession for the past 1.5 years. So if you're new here, hi. Welcome. There are no gatekeepers in this house. I've made videos about how it all started, my 1-year progress, and I'm currently in the process of creating my own ballet. I'll link all the videos down below. But today, we talk Pointe. I started Pointe after just 6 months of classical training. And I know. Before you put me on the stake,
my friend,
I want to be very clear. I did not decide that. My professional teacher decided that. I was just minding my business at the end of a class, and he said, and I quote, "You're ready." Which honestly I heard as, "You are basically a professional ballerina. Congratulations." No, it was not that, but we'll get there someday. We'll get there, Deniz. We'll get there. So in September of 2025, I made the pilgrimage to the Pointe shoe store. The fitter studied my feet as a scientist. I did pliés, relevés, sous. You know these TikToks, you know these videos of this. He does these fittings, you know, professionally. Of course you know him. Everybody knows him. And he's like, "Do sous for me."
Go sous and face sideways.
I love that. That's like my new vocal stim. Anyway, and then he handed me my first pair. It was hard and it was stiff. Not in that way. Like little wooden boxes for my toes. When I stood up on them for the first time, you know, gripping the tiny bar, something strange happened. The pressure was intense, yes, but it also catapulted me back to being a kid, standing on the tip of my regular shoes for absolutely no reason, you know, just because. I wonder if I can still do that. Should we try? Wait, we should try. Wait. I used to do this all the time. I can apparently still do that. The sad thing is I had to wait for my size to arrive, so I missed 2 Pointe classes. I was there, but you know, in my stupid boring flats. But when my shoes finally arrived, the first thing I did, obviously, was the mandatory at-home photo shoot. Then I watched approximately 37 YouTube videos, you know, tutorials to prepare them for class. So then I was ready and I walked in, armed with these terrifyingly hard shoes. And a bit of, you know, maybe with a little bit too much confidence. You know, in my head it was like, it's hard, but it's not gonna be that hard, you know. I've gotten on the box at the fitter and it felt fine, you know.
easy even.
Oh, sweet summer Deniz, where art thou now? You know, getting on the box is one thing. Staying there, turning, 1 foot at a time, that is a completely different conversation that I'm not prepared for. So I'm giving you some tips, you know, some, you know, true like field experience. So this is lesson 1 and I'm giving it away for free. No gel nails on your toenails. Okay. When you're doing Pointe, no gel nails. I know, I was horrified too. I had promised myself I would never get the stereotypical battered ballerina feet. That was not gonna be me, my friend. No. So I had my nails gelled. Always nice, always tidy. But the problem? Gel makes your nails hard. And when you're standing on the tips of your toes, inside a wooden box, that hardness creates pressure. Unbearable. Class-ruining pressure. So I had them removed immediately. Rip to my gel toenails. You were beautiful. You lasted 2 classes. And you will be missed. Of course, the first class was just 1 hour of simple bar exercises. And I left feeling 2 things simultaneously. Completely crushed and absolutely electrified. It was the hardest thing I ever asked my feet to do. And I couldn't wait to do it again. Am I still focused? Is it still focusing? Focus on me. We'll find out. Within the first few weeks, another problem presented itself. The vamp. The vamp is the part of the shoe that covers the top of your feet, and mine was just too long for my foot, which meant every time I rolled through Pointe, it dug into the top of my foot. Bruising. Constant. Lovely. So I did what any reasonable person with ADHD and unlimited hyperfocus energy does. I researched obsessively, watched 100 videos, got out the needle and thread, and started sewing. I shortened the vamp all by myself and my, 200 YouTube videos. But I did it, and I have a whole video on that too, so I will link that below, or here. I will link that here. And that opened the door to the wonderful and very unhinged world of pointe shoe customization. I darned the platforms for stability, I tried different types of toe pads, I experimented, I broke needles. My friend, how does one do that? I don't know, but I did it. I tried, I failed, I restarted, and here's what my shoes looked like when I started. And here's how they're looking now. I know, I see it too. And before you judge me, you know who else has shoes that look like they've been through war? My girl Osipova. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry. Is it Osipova? Osipova. Osipova? Osipova? I don't know. So, we're basically the same person. If you're seeing this, Osipova, my girl,
Hit me up,
show the world how it's done. I should go out more. I should start making friends. A few weeks in, my ankles started talking to me loudly. Sharp pain, swelling, a very clear message that they were not yet strong enough for what I was asking them to do. I went to my physiotherapist and he gave me exercises. And so began my second ritual alongside ballet, TheraBand training. Every evening, point, flex, resist, repeat. Balance on one leg while I'm brushing my teeth. I still do these exercises almost every day. And they work because the pain is gone and my feet just, adjusted and got stronger. So yeah, no more pain. As I mentioned previously, darning, because at some point I noticed in class that some of the other girls had darned their platforms, stitching thick thread around the tip of the shoe to create flatter, wider base. It creates more stability, it creates more grip. So I thought, I want that. Also, honestly, darned shoes, I love how they look. Is that just me? I love how that looks. And again, I gathered my supplies, followed several darning videos, and quickly discovered that mid-darning is not the time to realize that your needle is too thin. It just snapped. It snapped! So I ordered thicker needles and then I had to restart where I left off and I re-glued the edges to keep them rounded and clean. The second shoe came out noticeably better, which is how most things in life work, right? Isn't it? Please say yes. And yes, I darned my shoes while I was watching Love on the Spectrum, and I will not be judged. I love that show so much. It makes you realize how simple it can be, right? It's so cute. Okay, so now we're 6 months further. I'm obviously still in the beginner class. 1 hour a week, level 1, but the progress is so real. In the beginning, I couldn't stay on point comfortably, even at the bar. So during a lot of exercises, I'd stay on demi-point, which is completely okay and nothing to be embarrassed about, by the way. But now, I'm doing little exercises in the middle, away from the bar, far away. It's very terrifying. So for just classical ballet on my flats, I'm in level 3-4 and level 4. So there's a mid-level and then level 4. And I'm wearing my pointe shoes in level 3-4 just to get used to it a little bit more. Because they change everything. Even closing in fifths feels different when your feet are suddenly 2 inches longer. You have to almost overcross just to make it look right. And also, one of the things I didn't realize is just standing flat in your pointe shoes is hard. Man, it's hard. What the hell? Standing in coupe with one foot on the ground, not on point, not on demi-point, but flat on the floor. That was hard, man. Why didn't you tell me? The shoes just change your balance that profoundly. So it took weeks, months to recalibrate. Now I can, sometimes. But to me, that's enormous. That's progress. So can you learn pointe after 30 or just later in life? My answer is a loud, resounding, unambiguous yes. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. I should get into politics. let's not go there. Can you do it in 6 months? I can't answer that for you because everybody's different and you need to trust your teacher. What I can tell you is this. Adults often adapt to Pointe faster than children because our bodies are already fully formed. You know, our bones are set and our feet aren't still growing. So that's actually an advantage. That's nice to know, right? This journey is giving me more than a new skill. It's giving me genuine respect for what my body can do. This body I've complained about, pushed too hard sometimes, neglected often, it truly gives me mental resilience. And that confidence only comes from doing something you were told or you thought was impossible. I always said if I can do a Barbie variation, I have done what I needed to do. So who knows? I'm very excited to find out. It's not about being perfect, it's about the process. If you have questions about this video or about my journey in general, drop them below. I read everything. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. No pressure, just an open space if you want to stick around. You can also buy me a coffee if you want to support this channel. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you want more live updates. Thank you for being here. I hope you'll have an amazing day. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.